Hey guys, welcome back to the Chan. It has been so long that my hair has even grown quite a bit. I'm really worried that I'm gonna run out of space on this phone. So that's freaking me out. But anyway, today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I don't think is gonna be of relevance to many people, but definitely I wanted someone who had an opinion on this to be speaking about it, and I found a few, which was like really cool to see. But it's basically being an educator online. No. Basically, this video is about being an educator slash teacher, whatever you want to call it, during a global pandemic.
Coronavirus!
It has been very interesting. So what happened was schools broke up because everyone was gonna have a lockdown. That was all very early COVID. I think it was before April or really early April. And yeah, so we had our 2 weeks. Well, I had 2 weeks. It was meant to be a week. Then I got called on the third week and was introduced. One second, my cat needs to get out. Okay, back. Okay, so then I got called in the third week, or just before the third week, for the third week, to be introduced to the online platform that we were going to be teaching on. And for those of you who don't know, I am a Montessori teacher for ages 3 to 6, and at the moment I'm more in an assistant position. My choice, I wanted to start there. Yeah, I got called to help out on another teacher's class. And yeah, so I was doing online teaching and it was really weird. We had a platform that we did it on. It's kind of like Skype in a way, but there's folders and files, and I don't want to say the name because I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't know, whatever. So it's basically like video calls and you do your lessons, but if anybody knows anything about Montessori, you have specific lessons in every classroom and specific materials for those lessons. So to go from that to doing it at home was very weird. You had to come up with your own activities that meet the direct objectives of that lesson. So you could be like creative and imaginative, and I really enjoyed that. That I found really awesome. It was very stressful, but great skills to like put in your pocket for later. Yeah, it was going well, and it was for, I can't remember the exact amount of time. I want to say 3 months, but I don't know. I'll put the correct time here. Ooh, wow. You're welcome. But yeah, and then we got the email that schools are opening again. And because we were a private school that provides care for children from 3 till I think grade 6, yes, we were allowed to open because we had the necessary like personal protective equipment kind of stuff, and the necessary space to host like a few children. So we went back to work, and it was in-person teaching with children again, which was amazing, and I really missed interacting with children. But there's obviously new regulations, so when you come to work, you have to get your temperature taken, you have to fill out a form based on if you have any, like if you have any symptoms and what your temperature is, and you have to sign it every day. And then every 2 hours somebody comes around and takes your temperature and fills it in on a form, and if it's over 37.5 degrees Celsius, then you have a fever. So yeah, it's very hectic. We also wear masks all day. Obviously we have to, and we take the children's temperature when they arrive at school, then every 2 hours that they're at school as well, and they of course are also in masks. So yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about that, like the masks with children. Most of you would be really surprised to find out that they are actually really good at keeping them on. Obviously you have some moments where they're having a tantrum or they've fallen or something, you know, they comes off because they've just had it, but for the most part they're very good about keeping it on. We have a few that we have to remind, but it's like not so bad, you know, like they actually do a really good job. And what's nice is that all of the children really enjoy using the sanitizing sprays, I think because they weren't allowed to before, and now everyone's like, sanitize your hands. So they are really good about sanitizing, most of them, and we do keep on track with how many times they're washing their hands and when they do. But that was the first 2 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks of school for me. Obviously we try and manage social distancing with keeping each child at a certain desk, but they get to choose a new one every day, so that's kind of nice. We have little X's on the carpet for when we have story or circle or whatever you want to call it at the end of the day, so they know where to sit. But yeah, that was my first 2 weeks or 3 weeks of being in physical school. But then we were carrying on with online school while at school, but I wasn't doing it anymore. But then it was really hard having the main teachers of the class out of the classroom. So it got proposed that I did it, and I was like, sure, because I do enjoy the online teaching as well. So it was, you know, I was like, sure. So so we get to work, I'll tell you my daily schedule. We get to work at 7:30, have our temperatures taken, fill in the forms, go set up our classrooms, make sure everything's looking good. The children arrive at 8, at 8:15, and at 8:30. And then we come inside at about 8:30, and my online lessons start at 9. And then I am online doing different lessons from about 9 until 11-ish. And then I come outside to help them with the children outside, because then it's outside time. And then at 20 to 12, I go back into my little room onto the computer and do an online story or group time sort of thing. But yeah, so it has been really cool. Oh, then after my group, I come out, help whatever's happening in the classroom, and the children actually leave at about 12. Well, in different groups, but yeah, it's been a very early days. But then we'll clean and disinfect and everything until about 2 or 2:30. It kind of like bumps around a bit depending on what we have to do that day. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's a bit less because we've managed to do it during the day. But yeah, it's been working and it's been going okay. And yeah, it's been a bit hard being in the classroom but not in the classroom at the same time. So yeah, like just switching roles from being online to in person to back online, but it works. Like some days the days go so fast because it's so busy. But yeah, I just thought I would let you have a peek on what it is like being an educator for preschoolers during a global pandemic. But these little humans are incredibly resilient and very flexible and adaptable, and they just pick things up so fast, like it's crazy. So if you're nervous as being an educator and your schools haven't opened up yet, it's not as bad as it seems. It's a lot easier than people make it out to be before you've actually done it. So anything is possible and you can do it, and don't give up. And for those of you who haven't been able to work or have been out of work for a long time or have lost your jobs because of this, because schools haven't been able to run or whatever field you're in, I'm so sorry. And I hope that everything somewhat goes back to normal or new opportunities present themselves to you, because I know a lot of people who have lost their jobs as teachers during this corona pandemic because their schools just can't afford to keep paying them. And they've come up with some of the best business ideas that I've ever seen, and they are just flourishing. So if you're down, you won't be down forever, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you enjoyed seeing more of my profession side. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.